future of virtual motorsports is now. This September, the heart of sim racing beats in Chicagoland as the Sim Gaming Expo takes over the Schaumburg Convention Center, September 5th through the 7th. Go wheel to wheel in our competition area, test the latest gear, meet top brands, creators, and celebrate with fellow sim racing enthusiasts. Whether you're a seasoned sim racer or new to the sport, this is your chance to be part of history. To purchase tickets and see the full exhibitor lineup, visit simgamingexpo.com.
It's Tuesday, and you know what that means. It is IndyCar night on iRacing. Hello again, everyone. I'm Gary Gotzo, and welcome to P1's Broadcasting signature presentation of Round 7, Week 7 of Season 3 of 2025, as it just continues to chug along here on the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday Night Top Split, presented to you by Topia Systems, coming to you from hopefully a little bit more racier Nashville Super Speedway. But the early reports, gentlemen, might not be that way. We're going to have 85 laps of action. Hopefully we do see some good racing. Joining me as always, Justin Putschauer and Luis Gonzalez Nunez. Justin, leading off with you. What are the early reports are we hearing? And Luis, when we get to you, how has the first races of the week been?
Well, from what I'm hearing, it's pack racing with little to no passing. Essentially, it's our version of Daytona Talladega in the Gen 7 Cup car, except in an open wheel car. I also have to remind myself that even though we're coming here for the season finale, we're going to be in the open set, so we'll have a little bit more creative freedom on the adjustments and stuff. But with the fixed setup here, yeah. I just don't know what to say. Like you said, hopefully we get a good one, but it's only time will tell.
Luis, what it looks like for the opening races this week?
Yeah, no, it's not going to be a good one. Actually, I think the people still thinking about Nashville is really tough. 2.8 yesterday, 2.7, 3.1, the biggest so far with Alexander won yesterday, 10:15 p.m. Now 4.7, and we can set with that we have the top split on the week for sure.
Yeah, a very I was very surprised, pleasantly surprised. A 4.7, a 47.13 strength of field tonight. So thanks for again everybody showing up for a track that I know when they the track first came here and everyone was excited. You know, it's a previous IndyCar track. It's a new super speedway. We're going to have great racing here, 200 mile per hour speeds, and it is just not raced like that at all. And just about any type of league that's been here and any type of official racing. So let's just hope that we get some better performance here today. Of course, you do see we do have the high downforce package on the cars, which is a good start. And speaking of good starts, let's get to that starting lineup, shall we, JP?
Well, starting on the pole with a 23.673, it's Adriano Pinero. Next to him, Jason Brophy with a time of 23.695. He got a little close to Pinero, but not enough on that second qualifying lap. Third, it'll be Beto Souza. Next to him, it'll be Seb Alexander. And rounding out the top five, Jennifer Porty. Starting sixth, it'll be Brian Campbell. Seventh, it'll be Nick Sudik. Eighth, it'll be Andre Castro. Ninth, it'll be Anna Klemick. And rounding out the top 10, it'll be Kyle Glenworth, good friend of the show. 11th, it'll be the boss man, Antonio Estrada. 12th, it'll be Dave Mitchell. Jose Fazaro will be 13th. 14th, it'll be Sandor Domancos. I hope I'm saying. And rounding out in 15th, it'll be Matt Hollaba. 16th, Chris Wetz, who unfortunately he got a speeding penalty on his first attempt. Rounding out 17th, it'll be Indy
Kirkenbauer. You're right. Yep.
18th, it'll be Elijah Gibson. 19th, it'll be Art Reimer. And rounding out the top 20, the greatest name in all of iRacing, Crash Neon. 21st, it'll be Ty Quilla. 22nd, it'll be Brandon Trost. Oh, boy. And rounding out 23 and 24, Matthew Ponto and Edwin Onofre. Trost starting near the end of the field. This is going to be interesting. I figure he would have been up near the front, but I think he realized it's going to be a pack race.
And I think Brophy is starting from pit road.
Smart idea. Anyways, here we go. Green flag in the air, and we are underway here in Nashville. Good start by Adriano Paporti as they head up towards turn one. You already see a number of guys trying to slot into position here with a couple of cars kicked to the high side there. It's gonna be a train here, so to say. A drafting train.
Well, they got to get the passing out of the way early. That's how these cars tend to work here. As a Seb Alexander up 2 spots already to P2.
Already a bit of a stack up there with Kyle Glenworth. He had to back up just a bit. Luckily, he was not running too from behind there. And Nick Sadiq wondering if this is an Indy next race because of how bunched up the cars are. You know what? For the sake of argument, yes, this is an Indy next race.
Matt Hollenbaugh, purple lap that time by 198.5, just on this side of 200 miles an hour. And look at the high side. Andre Castro making it work. Clendy following him right up to the front.
Still side by side, 2 rows deep between the top 4 there. They go through 1 and 2. Clendy just getting caught up in that dirty air, has to back out of it just a bit. But these guys are giving each other room here. We already see a number of other cars there, at least 2 rows behind them, where it's 2 wide, 3 rows deep.
Big twitch by Adriano. Yeah. The door opened up for Alexander, and he could not get a nose there.
Yeah, he could not. He was trying to get up there to get by Adriano Pinero, but he got hit by a little bit of dirt. Even though it's clean air, there's still a little bit of turbulent air there with this high downforce short oval package. But they're still side by side. This is almost like the pace lap here as they go through 3 and 4, but at a much higher speed. Now they go 3 wide coming off of turn 4 here. Nick Sudik was looking. He backed out of it and realized discretion is the better part of valor there as they go through turn 1 and 2 right now.
Riding with Brian Campbell, one of the tire changers for Dale Coyne Racing on Rinus VK's car. He is on the bottom, and the bottom line is now starting to get a little bit of momentum. It is Pinero, Castro, and Sousa on the bottom with Brian Campbell, the 4th car in line. Castro, Clendy on the top line.
And I believe Fraporti got cut off there a lap ago because he had to back out of it tremendously going into turn 3 there. No harm, no foul, but everybody stacked up just a little bit, and it caused a 3 wide, almost 4 wide situation as they came off turn 4. And look at this. Oh, trouble on the front. Here we go. It's the big one, boys. 1 car, 2 cars, airborne.
Oh, and we were watching the wrong direction. We were watching out of the back of Campbell's car on that one. He missed it, but we saw the debris flying. And it was right around Andre Castro and Beta Sousa involved as well. Also involved, we got Dave Mitchell and a black flag showing for Elijah Gilson.
I don't know if it's net code by Beto Sousa, but look like Clendy also have a saving, and that's queer.
Yeah, that was net code.
You see the moment when Clendy went right is when it's spoon, Andre, but maybe for sure it's Beto Sousa, the net code.
Let's watch
it was
and
Beto
see
Sousa.
what happens here. Here we're watching the replay.
Man, Antonio Estrada, how saved that?
Yeah, that was netcode between Beto Sousa and Andre Castro, though. But Glenworth, wow.
All right, so we're going to watch this from a couple of different angles. First, we will watch from Dave Mitchell.
Oh, my God.
And then we're going to watch again from the opposite way from Brian Campbell. Oh.
Man.
Dave Mitchell with nowhere to go, just launching off of the car.
All right, here's Brian Campbell. Now, Brian Campbell actually did get into this a little bit. He is forgiven. Watch that wheel snap back into place. He might have a damaged front wing. He still might need to get that replaced on pit road. Looking at the time he spent in the box, he might have had some damage repaired, but we are under caution now. Let's check from Clendy's point of view. He is now out of the pits. Let's go back a little bit further in time. He's out of the pits back in 7th. He went to pit road. In fact, everybody came to pit road with the exception of, I think Brophy stayed out to get some track position. At Pinero, Alexander Estrada for Porty, Kirkenbauer, and Brophy. And there is from Clendy's point of view, and he sneaks through. And that is big for Clendy because I want to talk about this. And I'm going to reset the rest of the screen here. That is your points coming into today's race. Clendy is now your new Oval Series points leader as he is now moved up above Tanner Richards. Tanner's down to second. And Nick Sudik has kind of backed himself into a podium finish here in the Oval Series. He is now in third. And now he's got to kind of commit himself to running the rest of the races because he's looking at a podium finish. So Nick Sudik, way to go, buddy, for backing yourself into a full schedule now. He sat on the podium last season in the Indy Oval Series. Now can he go for 2 podiums in a row in the officials here on iRacing? We shall watch him. He is currently lining up in 8th spot right now on the racetrack. Let's get the points off the screen. That is your top 20. And there you see everybody that is in the top 20 there. A lot of names in the lineup tonight are in the top 20. And let's reset the field. Go right ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Go right ahead.
No, just talking about Estrada safe with the car jumping. I think it was a Castro went fly over to Estrada. It was amazing, the save of that.
There are
Guys,
your weather.
I'm counting at least 4 cars involved in that wreck.
Yeah, you're right. There is our weather report right now. 108 on the track temperature. Remember, this is a concrete track. 78 on the ambient. That was a pretty entertaining first bit of racing there. Coming to the green flag this time by, and Pinero, our leader, is not going to waste any time. He's going to get a big jump.
Yeah, but a big stack up there for everybody else, though. They had to check up hard as they were going towards the start-finish line because they did not want to get a passing before the start-finish line penalty there.
Oh, Trost just did a flash and return.
He might, if he's got anybody watching, he might want to tell him, hey, get the hell off the Netflix. I'm racing here. There he goes again.
Let's get back up to the front. It is Pinero. It is Alexander. El Patron, Antonio Estrada does very well here. In fact, One of the things we don't really talk about, and we will talk about this more often in future races, is last time we were here, as for Porty the Mailman sends it under El Patron, and he is now up the third. The last time we were here on April 8th, 2025, part of Season 4. Or week 4 of Season 2, the strength of field was a 48.36, so a little bit lower than today, as Hollenball clears the 200-mile-per-hour mark there and goes purple. We had 24 cars for that race. We had 2 cautions for 6 laps. Pinero won the race over Clindy, and El Patron came in third, rounding out the podium. So Patron likes this, really likes this racetrack, and he has got himself in another good position, albeit early, to get a good finish here.
And already we see at least the top 6 here running single file. Now make that at least maybe the top 10 that I'm counting here. Yep, the top 9 here with Brian Campbell at the very end of the field, at the end of the main pack here.
Yeah, Brian Campbell and Matt Hollenball. So we have a pack of 10. 2 cars have decided to go to the high line. We will talk about that lead car in the high line momentarily. But the top 10 right there. Interesting, LGN. Definitely looks like they have a lot more downforce on these cars, because I've been noticing how they've been coming off the corners. They're able to keep it down on the yellow line a lot more with this higher downforce package. It used to be that you had to take the car all the way out to the wall to make these cars get around here. With the old super speedway package, with the short track package, they're able to stay on the bottom.
I know. I remember racing over here. It's like you have to play a lot with the throttle, a lot with the wheel. You have to make the turn in some point, lifting, try to don't go too close to the wall, save the tires. It's crazy now how this make the pack look like Kansas, look like Chicagoland, look like even close to Daytona, because all these guys, like I really agree with who said that? Nick Sudia, I think so. He said about if it's Indy next NXT this race. So talking about Clendy, the last thing, Clendy won the race today, like 1 hour ago, and he make 176 points for the championship. That's why now it's a lead. So if he can make a good points today, he can maybe steal on the lead from after this race, top split and the week.
Now, Tanner not in the lineup, unfortunately, so this is the biggest strength of field so far this week. Only 2 days into the championship week this week. We are riding with Nick Sudik, who is in third in the championship, fourth on the racetrack. The car in front of him, I want you to watch this guy, and I hope he's in future races. This is a prodigy, Indy Kirkenbauer. He is 14 years old. He participates in real-world karting. He also participates in the Indy Oval and Dark Horse Racing Series on Sunday. And anytime he has been put in one of these cars, just about every single time, he has put himself in a position where he is sniffing the lead at one point or another during the race. Check this kid out on the top side, racing 2 guys right below him that have hundreds of starts in these cars between them, with Pinero and Seb Alexander. So watch this battle right here. A battle of veterans against a battle of a hard, charging and very determined rookie driver.
Almost had a crash going into turn 1 there, right behind Indy Kirkenbauer as you were talking there. They somehow made it through. No harm, no foul. But you talk about a bit of a scary situation there as they come off turn 4.
You know, Lewis, you know what this kind of really reminds me of? Did you participate in the the Lionheart Retro Series race here? Mm-hmm. This is what it reminds me of.
Oh, yeah, don't remember that. Oh, my God.
I wrecked in that race, too.
I did. Yeah, my wife is here. So I really practiced a lot. And then she called me. I answered the phone. I hit the wall by maybe I was second or third or something like that. I have a good pace and there. But yeah, you're right. Remember me a lot that. But after maybe 20, 25 laps, the car is difficult to drive actually.
Edwin Onfray on the high side at 11th in that PPG Newgarden livery. He is trying to make the high side work, try to get up some spots. He is currently up 13. Kirkenbauer up 15. Crash Neon up 11.
I think Onofre might have just kissed the wall coming off of turn 4. He might have been trying the Jacob Oster strategy.
You can't get faster, knock it narrower. Make it slide through the air faster. Less resistance. Right in front of, right next to him, or actually right below him now. Going 3 wide into the corner, Art Reimer in the cannabis car.
Do you know? Sorry, do you know the Simpsons when the Chinese people make something like a fighting or something outside the Homer house, and Homer said, "Oh, I waited for that Chinese doing something because he's just standing over there." It's the same like a Brofin. Why is on the back? Why is he still over there? Why is waiting for something? Well, I'm really curious. Why is over there? Why? You know what I mean? What I talk about?
Maybe he knows. Maybe he suspects something.
Something we don't know. He gonna do it on the end, and that's make me like anxious to know. It's like yesterday with
He's sensing a much bigger wreck that's going to happen at some point.
What if it's not happened? It's saying what happened yesterday with Callisto, waiting for same thing. Why is on the back? Same. And then he finished second.
Remember, Callisto finished second in yesterday's race, so...
He won the race. But maybe, yeah, for me, won the race.
He won the race, he just pulled over for Matt Wagner, yeah. Check out the ISRA on our race yesterday. A very exciting finish there. As we are riding with Jason Brophy, as he is currently 20th on the racetrack and just kind of scoping everybody out in front of him. Same thing with Gilson. Gilson is 1 lap down. He had a black flag he had to answer. Chris Wetz. Oh, look at him up there.
Doesn't work. Oh.
Whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
And Trost over the radio was saying there's probably gonna be a wreck of 15 people before the end of the race. And I'm gonna be honest, as much as I don't agree with Trost,
he might not be wrong. Yeah, I don't think so. I hope not, but right now I think everyone is minding their P's and Q's. And real quick,
can you give me the answer about the question I have? Thank you.
What paid scheme is Eric Estrada? Sorry, that's Chips. This is Antonio Estrada, no relation. I have asked about that question. That is a custom paid scheme just for him and his team. Let me get a closer shot there, maybe. And we need to get on Estrada. There he is. I think the warning is maybe his band is one of his favorite bands. I think I got that right.
I think he did.
Yeah.
It should be Terry B here, actually. Thinking about Terry and Rick Raybon together in one race. My God.
I never had the pleasure of racing with Terry. I appreciate Terry being here in chat, but I've never had the pleasure of racing with him. Oh, and there we got Pinero breaking the bottom now.
Could be Terry race with him.
That's really the only thing that you can do here now with this high downforce package is basically just shift your line when you're up in the lead to throw dirty air to prevent those guys behind you from trying to get around you to get that lead.
If you enjoy P1's coverage of the IndyCar Oval Series Season Night Top Split presented by Topia Systems, got to get this out before we have a wreck. And you respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and click the bell so you don't miss out on future P1 iRacing broadcasts. By the way, the track record here, we didn't come anywhere close to it in qualifying with a speed of 206.5 set by Jill DeFerrin in 2003. IndyCar has raced here 8 times from 2001 to 2008. Raced here again, very surprisingly, last season season to replace that awful Nashville street course meme race. And when I mean meme race, it was a meme race as the final race of the 2024 NTT IndyCar season. It'll be back again this year, thank God, because we need as many ovals as we can get. The career wins leaders here at Nashville, Buddy Lazier, Alex Barron. There's a name we don't talk about often. Alex Barron, Gilda Farron, Tony Kanaan, Dario Franchitti, Colton Herta each have 1 win. Scott Dixon is by far and away the king of Nashville with 3 wins, all consecutive from 2006 to 2008. Outside of Dixon, Nashville doesn't have any favorites as 7 different drivers have visited victory lane in 9 races. Herta is the defending winner from 2024. And another interesting stat that I like to point out, all winners, including Herta from last year, all started in the top 10, so track position is everything in the real world, same it is in the sim world.
Ruffin in pit. He already exit to the pit now.
Well,
It's
it's pretty close to a scheduled stop for him, and he can pretty much midway. I think the pit is like right around like 43 or so. So he's kind of right there at the edge of making it do on that one stop there. So we'll see. Maybe he's playing the right strategy.
And also of note, Chris Wetz has fallen out due to connection loss.
Oh, no.
Yeah, 42, 43. If you pit then, if you can make it there, you could definitely make the rest of the way. That's halfway point. Don't forget, 3 sets of tires here.
Oh,
3 sets of tires here in the Indy Oval Series.
Ooh.
As Indy, speaking of Indy,
no.
Kirkenbauer. Oh, there it is! There it is! And we got Crash Neon in the grass. And we are under caution, and that is, I'm not sure, no, Crash Neon goes through the grass. Reimer is involved as well as Edwin Onfrey.
You know what? Look like Reimer went up, but if you go to the camera of the Edwin, it's going down. It's like okay.
Basically it was a perfect storm.
Yeah.
Reimer was going up, Onfrey was going down, but guys, I hate to say it. Netcode contact.
Let's ride with Crash Neon. And he's streaming this right now on his, I think his channel and his Twitter feed right now. Let's watch this. This happens right in front of him, and the world parts right in front of him just in time. He just goes down, does a little bit of trimming in the infield grass, bounces up and down a little bit. Hopefully not a lot of damage on the under tray of his Dallara. Oh, he's going to slide out here anyways because he's just down on the bottom and there's no grip down there. So if everyone comes to pit road, that's going to make Brophy your leader.
No, it's 1 lap down.
Well, he's going to get the wave around in. I didn't know if he went around a lap.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Oh, Trost is towing? What?
Oh, Trost is down and away and moving.
Let me see. He parked.
Okay, so the wave around will go to Ponto, Brophy, and Gilson.
Weird.
And also, Chris Wetz is back. He's in a new livery that we're not used to seeing him in there. Looks nice. They will all get the wave around. Your leader coming off of pit road is going to be Glindy. Glindy and Seb Alexander working together along with Matt Hollenball in 3rd. Brian Campbell, there, he's working with that group as well. He's in 5th. Also working with that group is Antonio Estrada in 9th. So the whole Rogue IAR Satellite Alliance working together here, paying off. Going to go get the lead here at the midway point. If you enjoy P1's coverage of the iRacing IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split presented by Topia Systems and respect the stream, please do us a solid. If you're unable to donate to the broadcast, please do the next best thing and support us by subscribing. If you can donate, you can send us through Super Chats. You can also, the link is pinned in chat. You can send us donations to our GoFundMe campaign right there. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and help the algorithm so you can help other IndyCar fans find our stream here. Click the bell so you don't miss out on future P1 iRacing broadcasts. Topia Systems is the proud presenting sponsor of the Tuesday Night Top Split here on P1. Topia is where quality and affordability go full throttle. From custom rigs to powerful pre-builds, Topia delivers top-tier performance without all the sticker shock. Built from premium parts and backed by a team that cares, every system that they build is tuned for gaming greatness. Topia systems, built right, priced right, game on. To learn more, check out their links in the description. If you like the graphics that you see here, this is a Topia system, and if you like a new rig for yourself with the same style of graphics and presentation, check them out. Topia Systems, the links are in the description. Going green this time by, coming to lap 46. Glendy, Seb, Pinero, Hollenbaugh, Campbell, Kirkenbauer, Sudik, Fraporti, Estrada, Trost, and Fazaro. Your top 10, go ahead.
I guess Glendy didn't change the tires. Seb 2, that's why they're in the front. They did 5.8 and 6.5, Alexander and Glendy. And Pinero 7.9. I think Matt Halliburton also too. He didn't change it.
Hollenbaugh didn't change the tires. Campbell didn't change the tires. Estrada changed tires though, so that team kind of goes on a bit of a split strategy. But apparently, I'm guessing that the tire wear is not as extreme as we thought it is. It has been in the past.
I guess it's true.
They might have also short filled as well on that pit stop there.
Well, the moment somebody pass, the problem is for Alexander, stay behind of Glendy, but the moment is Pinheiro pass Glendy, could be Glendy have that issue with the tire. We are 39 to go, past goal line.
Well, I would imagine, I would have thought that the Alliance guys would have all gotten, and there goes, well, Anna Klimek. Anna, 201.2 purple lap. Watch Anna and the spotted deer car a little bit further on back. One of my favorite drivers to watch right there. The TMR entry.
Back up to the front though. Clendy wants to try and do the weave at the front, but he can't because Adriano
now he can.
is still up on the high side.
Now he can if he wanted to. Pinero just trying to get a big run, but right now Pinero, he has got a little help from Alliance member right behind him. I don't think Campbell wants to be there. But Campbell right now feels comfortable on that high line. Kirkenbauer trying to fill this. Oh, and Campbell slides down in front of Kirkenbauer. Says, I will take that opening. Thank you very much.
And Estrada is just doing everything he can. He got a little bit of loose coming off of turn 4.
Fraporti trying to deliver below the yellow line there. Get back up on the racetrack.
Yeah, he got a little bit of oversteer as he was coming off of turn 2 there. No harm, no foul. But he slots back in line. Right behind Indy Kirkenbauer there.
Now coming up into a picture is another rogue entry. That's Ty Quilla. Normally he's in a black and green car. Now he's in a black and white car. He's thrown green out. He says it's bad luck, and he agrees with me finally. So he is driving to the top. He went for the new tires along with his teammate that's directly in front of him, Estrada. They're getting up there to try to join the rest of the Alliance member, locking out the whole front of the field right now with the exception of Pinero and the exception of Nick Sudik.
Yeah, oh my God, I thought we were about to have chaos there as they were going to turn 3.
So Terry said in chat, I went 25 laps hard and just I have a 95%. So, interesting.
So there are your conditions. It's 106 degrees on the track temp, so that is nothing right now for these tires. 78 degrees on the ambient. And with all the downforce and the car's not sliding around as much, I'm guessing that's helping on the tire wear.
Excuse me while I make a note of that. Next to me here in the booth. Hey, gotta take notes down for when we come here.
Kirkenbauer out of the apron. I think he got a little spooked by Ty Quilla. Here comes Brandon Trost. Oh my goodness.
I don't like Trost without blinking. You remember what's happened with Pinheiro leading Trost and tried to stay on lap down. So without lap down, I have a net code by blinking. So
this is gonna get interesting.
I know.
Kirkenbauer back to 10th now. Your top 10 is Clindy, Pinero, Alexander, Sudi, Calabal, Estrada, Campbell, Trost, Quilla, and Kirkenbauer. That is your top 10. Oh, Pinero going up top.
Uh-huh. Something did Pinero. He went up.
Yeah, he got it.
Whoa,
a little scared there. Almost
he's not getting. Oh, there's a contact between. Oh, we're taking out 3 cars as Brophy runs through it. He misses everything, but that is Pinero. That is Estrada, and I believe that is Domkos in the Cannon livery Formula One throwback there.
Oh, Pinero went. Okay, net gold, but Pinero went down for sure. For sure. A nice break on Brophy, man.
Oh, that was a hard hit, too.
We went back a little too far. Let's speed up here. And then we will watch the replay as the action starts to unfold. And what happens is he gets shuffled out to 3 wide. And then, Nick kind of slides up a little bit. That forced him a little bit higher. Oh, sorry. And I'm not doing it what I should have done. Let's try this again. Okay, let's go back let's go 5 seconds back here and see what happens right by these two. And it's just kind of a meeting of the minds again. I think maybe from there's the Olympus car coming into it. Maybe from Trost's point of view. Oh, there's another car in it, Chris Wetz as well.
Chris Wetz, though, he was checking up for the wreck, and he barely clipped the yellow line on the front stretch here, and it shot his car dead right into the wall.
Okay, let's pause it right here. And I'm not going to be able to get a good shot from, let's try to get a shot here from Pinero's car, because I'm not going to, well, let me try a shot from Trost. Trost is blinking out, but we'll go back here and we'll ride with him and see if we can actually watch from his point of view, because he is the one that really had the best point of view of what happened here. Yeah, I think you're right, LGN. I think you're right. And Brophy, here's Brophy coming through the zone. Where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? Okay, I'm just going to slow down and basically stop. Okay, all right, back going. Ponto involved as well. There we see him in the old Budweiser livery. Wow. All right, so lights out on the pace car. We're going to go green next time by. If you're just joining us, once again, we are coming about 25 to go here at Nashville Superspeedway. You're watching P1's coverage of round 7 of 12 of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split presented by Topia Systems, coming to you from Nashville, where currently Clindy, our points leader, leads the race. Seb Alexander is second. Nick Sudik, third in the points, is third in the race. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it on the next race. Also, don't forget your commentary team by sending a donation to our GoFundMe campaign. The link is in the description. We would certainly appreciate it. Donations have been slow. We do this for free on behalf of the community, guys. So anything that you could throw our way helps with the presentation value, graphics, everything, Anything you can help out, we certainly would appreciate it. Hey,
actually,
before you get going, in December, P1 Broadcasting becomes the primetime home for Happy Hour at the Brickyard, your nightly destination for all the action leading up to the prestigious PRI Hoosier 500. The last kiss of the bricks for IndyCar in 2025 starts right here. The countdown is on, so pucker up and don't miss a second of the action. Like, share, and subscribe to stay locked in, and we will see you right here on P1 in December at Indianapolis for the PRI Hoosier 500. Green flag in the air, lap 61. Clindy with the lead, 7 second, and Nick Sudik in third, Hollenbaugh fourth, Campbell in now sixth.
Already.
I forgot to say that, but thank you so much for Domonkos. Domonkos is still in the race now. It's not in the race actually. It's in the race for the donation he did when we started the broadcasting. In chat, super chat. Sorry.
Oh, a super chat. Awesome. Thank you very much. We certainly appreciate that. And unfortunately, I think he got wrecked out of that last wreck. So hopefully we see more of you in the top split. But here we go. Lap 62 coming to 63. Oh, I thought Hollenball was trying to think about going to the white underneath the yellow line. Anna Klimek 2:11.5 in the Spotted Deer. It is running like a deer. Clindy on the bottom, Alexander second, Hollenball. That is an alliance trio right there. Each one of the teams represented in that team. And then you got Trost, who's blinking out, and that's got to be frustrating to Campbell. But some people might say, you know, here's a little medicine for you, Campbell. I've been behind you when you were blinking an awful lot. Tyquilla now up on the tailgate or the attenuator of Nick Sudik there.
It was initially the top 8 that pulled away, but now look at this. With this high downforce package, you got 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, and I believe that is 13th that have caught up with this pack here.
Now, don't rule out Brophy. Brophy is now on the lead lap. He's up to 11th now. Do not rule that man out. Even though I don't think he's racing with anybody in the race, he is. I don't think he's racing with anyone in the race. But I am sure he has someone helping him. But you can't rule him out. He is so talented. He's the former winner, former champion of the Elite Racing League Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series that we cover on Thursday nights, LGN and I do. And of course, the 3-time champion of that was Pinero. He's wrecked out. He's done for the day. But here comes... Oh, and we got Campbell on the wall. And you saw that from my point of view, and we're going to go caution. No, we're not. And there it is.
I think it's Brophy. It's a Brophy net code because Brophy disappeared.
No, it
and then
wasn't
he have
Brophy.
this thing. Oh, sorry. Trost.
Yeah, that was Trost.
Yeah. Sorry, I just focused on Brophy.
And iRacing about as slow on calling the caution as IndyCar was this weekend. Jeez.
Yeah.
Let's see this as it working out to be developing here as they come off of 4. And I think does Campbell get a run, goes on the outside? And do we just run out of room, or does he blink out and then flash back in on him? Or is it, blind? Oh, wow. That was blind netcode. There wasn't even a car around him for that one. Let's try to get another view of this.
That
Maybe
was almost
from,
like ghost driving contact there.
Yeah, like maybe from a drone shot here. 18 to go. And again, the strategy that is seen to be paying off is not changing tires. So can a set of tires go 85 laps here? We're going to find out. Look at that. Look, just nothing. And into the wall.
So now I remember what race was the first week in Chicagoland when Chicagoland when the Pinheiro was leading. Trost tried to stay on lap, blinking, and by the net call with Adriano, it's not Kio, but Gava Greg with Dave Mitchell also too, and Trost survived that race. I don't see it here, but yeah.
So a lot of attrition tonight from close quarters racing, as now we have 15 cars left running in this race right now. I think Onfrey is the last car running. He is one lap down. There he is, there in the Newgarden Penske livery. And we got Brophy nervously warming up his tires. I don't think that's going to play much of a role here, though. I think it's just nervous. I want to get back to racing. I'm hearing a lot of drivers burning off fuel. And if you're not sure what's going on there, what the drivers will do here under caution is they will put the clutch in and put the throttle at 100% to burn off fuel. Make the car lighter. And if you hear that wah, wah, wah in the background, that is what somebody is doing.
I think, to be honest, still Racing need to put something out there. I know it's a flag for issue connection, but if you have maybe over the 20 blinkings in one lap, or maybe no, I said too many, but maybe 3 or 4 blinkings in one lap, you should be pulled up and give you the warning flag and just have to go into the pits for that.
Oh, Trost gets it inside, but he can't complete that pass until he gets to the start-finish line. Oh, and we're going to 3 wide, and he gets the drop on Kirkenbauer, and also Ty Quilla involved in that one for Porty on the back of Ty Quilla. And we're still blinking out there, and I agree. I don't want to say anything bad because everyone every now and then has internet issues that there's outside of their control, but I will say the blinking is an unfair advantage, and I don't think Trost is using it as an unfair advantage, but it can serve as an unfair advantage because you don't know, just like a transporter accident in Star Trek, right? You don't want to materialize directly on the person right next to you, because that might be a mess. And the same thing here in iRacing. You don't want to materialize in the cockpit of the car behind you, next to you, or in front of you, because that's going to cause a wreck. So I would imagine that the drivers are trying to give a little bit of space there to the cars that's flashing so they just don't get into that net code situation. But we're back to racing right now. 13 coming to 12 to go. Clindy all over the IRL line on the bottom. The IRL line is back to being a real thing back again here at Nashville. And following up through is we got Nick Sadiq trying on the high side. Seb Alexander also on used tires. Very old and used tires. He's on the bottom. Hollenball on the same strategy. Here comes Kirkenbauer with new tires. And Nick Sadiq on the high side with new tires. And Trost blinking with new tires. He's going to take a 3 wide.
Yeah, he's going to try and take a 3 wide here, but I don't think it's going to work. But look at this. He slams the door in front of Brophy. Brophy is not going to be happy about that, and he loses a little bit of control. Nowhere to go. Brophy is obviously wondering what in the hell is he doing here.
I'm willing to bet that he's not going to give any breaks to Brophy. I'm sure there's no love lost there. The king of the heels.
And where... Yeah, Brophy is complaining. It's like, okay, I can make, where? Yeah, it's hard.
And let's not rule out Fazaro. Fazaro is in the points running right now. He's involved in this points championship, so he wants to get a safe finish and a good safe finish out of this. He doesn't want to see a big bung of cars in front of him all of a sudden, all bending up on him.
Still side by side here, at least four rows deep as they go through 3 and 4 here. Glenworth still with the lead, and of course, Trost blinking like a Christmas tree, as is tradition essentially now. And Brophy is trying to find a way to get around him, but with him blinking, there's really nothing Brophy can do. And it's a joke at this point with Trost blinking and basically acting like a clown.
And a little bit of contact between Brophy and Trost, and Brophy gets his wing back. He is forgiven, but man, that was close.
Brophy was complaining over the radio. He is extremely livid, and I'm going to be honest, I don't blame him one bit. because this is just absolutely ridiculous. If you're blinking like that almost repeatedly the entire race, for the love of God, just hang out in the back.
Look at that, Brofin.
Does Brophy turn into Paul Tracy here and give him a little bit of a chrome horn? Anna Klimek's coming into the picture. Bizarro's still back there trying to make a line. Crash Neon's coming up into the picture here, coming to 5 to go. Everybody in this group has got a shot, especially if a big one occurs.
At this point, if Brophy turns into Paul Tracy and gives Trost the chrome horn, I would not blame him one bit.
That bottom line is just fast enough to keep Clindy out front. Nick, I don't think there's anything that top line can do unless Clindy has a problem on the bottom line that we saw kind of earlier in the race when Pinero got loose off the corner. Oh, contact between Seb and Sudik. They keep it under control. Coming to 3 to go. And that's the race. That's the race. That's the race.
Trost is out.
And Trost in the wall.
How? It's disappear. And then it's appear again spinning. You know why? Because it's a net code. Maybe because Brofin was in the area of him, and yeah. So.
And we're gonna have to watch from Brophy's point of view.
No, you have to watch him from Brofin point of view because you're gonna lose in trust for maybe 5 seconds.
We don't really see what happens there. Let's go back. And I think he just reappears. Yeah, he reappears, and Gilson kind of clips him. But he's already in the wall by the time we can see it. Do we actually see contact?
No, we don't.
No, we don't. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And folks, thanks for joining us. But that is the race here tonight, as we are going to take the white flag this time by.
I think they're gonna change nothing at all with the race like that. To be honest.
You'll take the white flag next time by. Clindy is your leader. And Seb Alexander finished second. Nick Sudik will finish third. Indy Kirkenbauer, what did I tell you, man? Track position in the Prodigy. He comes home fourth. Matt Hollenball in fifth. Ty Quilla sixth. Jason Brophy starting from pit road. Even though it says he finished 5 spots worse from where he started. He started from pit road, so he's actually well up in the order in terms of number of cars he's passed. Even so, it's down 5. He's way beyond that in terms of cars he's passed for position from where he truly started the race. And white flag this time by for our leader of the race and in the points championship.
It's great. It is about Nick Sudik in now maybe in the contender for the championship.
Raporti comes home in the top 10. Fazaro gets a top 10 here. That's a good finish for him in this points championship. Anna Klimek, another good finish for her in the top 10. We are down the backstretch here at Nashville. Well, guys, I guess this is an opportunity to kind of get some early wrap comments here before we get into a final interviews, but and I think Lewis, you kind of hit on it. Is this package, did it make anything better here? What changes would you like to see made? I think the racing was a little bit better, but there were just simply no passing for the lead, as something that we've kind of seen before in other Nashville races, except now, instead of not passing for the lead, the passing behind the leader was much more dynamic, much more fluid than years past. But still, you can't pass the leader here.
I don't know what is much better, the old pack with difficult tires, management and stuff, or this back race with you cannot make the pass for the leader, even with the over the 40 something laps without changing tires. I don't know, man. It's kind of mixed stuff. It's good for the show for sure. But for the drivers, he want to progress in the championship or maybe progress in the race is kind of difficult. Indy won 13th spot, Taikuila 15, so it's like I don't know. It's a mix of stuff, but it was a good show for sure for the viewers in P1.
What he said. But of course, you can't have a Indy fixed race without controversy and Trost involved.
Well, there is your top 10, Clindy. Alexander, Sudik, Indy Kirkenbauer, the prodigy Matt Hollenbaugh, Quilla Brophy for Porty, Fazara Klimek. Virtually a who's who of the community right there in the top 10. Very good top 10. Moving on, Matthew Pato survives to 11th. Crash Neon brings home his car in 12th. Elijah Gilson 13th, although being in the top 10 at 1 point. Edwin Onfrey making his first start in the series, 14th. Brandon Charles 15th, Wetz 16th, Campbell 17th, Estrada 18th. Sandor, I want to thank you for your super chat, buddy. Wish you had a better finish than that. Come home 19th, but hey, keep it up. I would imagine that we're going to see more of you here at the top split, especially if you have a good strength, good I rating. We'll see more of you. He was a 20th ranked car in this 24 car field. Hopefully he was able to pocket some I rating there. Panero in 20th spot. Reimer, Sousa, Castro, and Mitchell round out the remainder of your top 24 in this 24 car field.
Glendy won in 100 points more. So the point standing the point for the finish race is 276. Glendy won. So he did 170 something just today before this race. So he won 100 points more. So it's really like a 200 points far of the Daniel Richard or maybe Sudik. So good for him.
We will get Nick Sudik here in just a moment. We are putting together replays right now. There we go. Anna Klimek with the purple lap. Again, I said watch her. She is quickly learning in these cars.
Andy with the driver of the day.
The LGN driver of the day is Indy Kirkenbauer with 13 spots improved. Although Matthew Ponto did a pretty good job. He finished 12 spots better than where he started. All right.
Can't rule out Taikuila though. Started 21st, finished 6th.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Right.
Yeah. And he did opposite his teammate did. Teammates did. He changed tires. Everyone else on his team kind of did a split strategy. We'll talk to that team here momentarily about when they decided to do that strategy. I imagine we're going to see more of that now as this week goes on. All right. Let's get on into the interview room. Gets talk to Nick Sudik, and yeah, here he is. And we got Nick here. First things first, I mean, I'm going to ask how your knuckles are. Have they returned back to a normal color, or are they still white? But based upon this finish, sir, and the strength of field, and your previous performances here and doing Indy Oval this season, you're third, maybe now second in points. You got to commit yourself to the series now, man. You got a championship you got to chase.
If I have the time, Gary, thank you. If I have the time, I'll run more.
You have the time,
brother. I was just telling Clendy.
You are ready commitment.
And arrive and drive P3 in a I don't even want to call this a pack race. This is just like insanity. Like I I tried. There was early on when I tried to pull out to the third line because I just didn't know. I was like, oh yeah, well surely I can carry enough momentum. And then I just went back from like second or third to like eighth or ninth, and I'm like, okay, well that sucks. And then yeah, I just had to kind of pick apart a little bit as I could, and I took one set of tires and that was it. Just because of the way the cautions were, and I don't know, I got lucky. I made a couple decisive moves, but never really put anybody in danger till the end there when I forgot to turn down my weight jacker for the tri-oval, and I almost killed 7 myself. But, hey, it happens. You get with the way the race was, if you got out of that second groove, like literally where the second like set of pavement is, like that lip there, that you were just going backwards. Like it was just, the car was so loaded up with aero that it was just a parachute, and without the grip of the first 2 lines, like you just in the corner, you just leave. You're going back to like, at least you're relegated to at least like the mid pack, if not worse. So
well,
I don't know.
Let's get your thought. I mean, did you is it how you raced on the other style of racing here with the speedway package? Of course, this is a super speedway, kind of in name only. This track was it a better racing package, a better driving package if with these changes, or you just didn't like it at all? It was it's good thought in theory, just bad in execution or something.
I felt I made the comment, I think in the practice session or in the warm up beforehand. I was like, oh, this is an Indy Next race.
Yeah, we heard about that.
Like, when we get seriously, like that's, I mean, it happens. I mean, it was entertaining. I mean, there was a lot of, again, if you missed, it happened with Pinheiro. You miss the apex slightly on the turn, you start washing up a little bit, and you're going backwards. So you had to be really precise. The last, I want to say the last win I had, maybe it was my first one on a broadcast in a long time, but I had to hold the white line at Chicagoland against Malechka, and like that takes a lot of concentration. Like, don't get me wrong, it takes a lot of concentration for like Kyle to hit those marks, especially with the nature of the surface, especially the way you kind of want to wash up out of turn number 4. But yeah, it's not, that ain't it. There's no skill to drive through the field. You almost have to get lucky. Comparatively to the single plane, or even just less wing in it, even just to make the 30 air do something, or no barge boards. I don't know what the answer is. I'm not an engineer. I can think of some things and just press some buttons and we go from there, but
Well, shout outs, friends, family, sponsors. Now that you're committed to the season, go right ahead.
Okay. So first, so I don't forget her this time, Maria's right next to me.
Good man.
Maria. She's I referenced last week we were moving. We are now unpacking, and she's unpacking in the my temporary setup until we get the internet situation better sorted out here over in the kitchen. So thank you. I love you. My dad's probably watching. Hi. You know the drill. What else? P1 Docs. Fiercely Forward. Hey guys, I'm racing again, kind of. It's cool to be back. What else? You guys, P1, because I do work for you every now and then.
Every now and then, yeah.
Dobby, yeah, Dobby the cat. Hello, she's here too. Moved in. Yeah, that's it. I think we covered everything. Oh yeah,
besides the whole Trost situation,
I'm neutral. I have beef and I leave it on the track, and that's it. I had nothing against him personally, but I know there are issues going on with internet connection, what have you. I don't know. I don't care. I'm just trying to vibe and enjoy my couple days off that I have.
Attaboy.
And trans rights are human rights. Y'all have a good night. Take care. Love y'all. I'll hopefully be on the mic with you guys soon. So
Yeah, looking forward to it.
yeah, take care.
All right, Nick Sadiq P3 here tonight at a race that kind of surprised him and turned into a bit of a pack race. But now, all of a sudden, he's involved in this championship. Let's bring up Seb Alexander. Here is Seb Alexander. Seb, right off the bat, man, you got some good track position on the start, and you just kind of stuck your car and glued it to P2 all night long, and a little bit of a strategy on there on pit road as well with Clindy to opt to not change tires, and it seemed to pay off. Congratulations, sir. Big P2 here for you on a unexpected pack race.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, it was unexpected until you took a few laps. You kind of know this would be something kind of silly, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't really much I could do, so I was just content to try and ride it out, see if there would open up an opportunity to like try to race him down the line and beat him by a nose, but it obviously never happened. So yeah, I'll take it, I guess.
I know one time early in the race with Pinero leading, he got loose off of 4, and you thought about taking a shot to the inside, but it just wasn't going to unfold for you. We heard talking with Nick, though, that if you missed your line just a little bit in 4, it was a lot like that for other drivers. Were you having any problems getting kind of loose, missing your line in 4 at all, or was it a pretty straightforward race for you today?
No, I think I lift more than most. And like lean on the draft to not let the lifting open up a gap. So I felt pretty planted. It looked like at least Clendy was leaving he wasn't getting like all the way down to the bottom, which I appreciated. So then I could just, yeah, that was never a problem.
Any shout outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone who wants to say hi to with the big finish here tonight?
Shout out to the iRacing guys for updating our dashboard but failing to activate it. So we have our per lap or per mile burn back on the dash, but it's not currently functioned. So we'll see. I think that'll get fixed very soon, and I'm excited for it because I've missed my liters per lap dearly.
I can understand probably why you missed that. Well, congratulations on the P2. A good finish for you and your associated team here tonight. We'll catch you the next one. It's late at night where you are. Get some rest, man.
Will do. Have a good one, guys.
See Seb Alexander. Second spot here tonight. We'll bring up Clindy right now. Here is Clindy. Clindy, a lot of people don't know because we were talking about this privately. As last week you were in Vegas. You spent the week in Vegas, and you brought your gambling ways back with you into this race and decided not to change tires on your pit stop. And that really is what got you out front. And really, there was no passing the leader here. It was just you got to hold the bottom, which you did. And there just simply was no tire deg. When did you discover that tires wore so well here? And when did you make the decision that, you know what, we're just going to go 85 laps on the same set of rubber the entire time?
I had run a previous race and figured out that tires didn't matter at all. And I had seen in the Discord that people were complaining about how bad it was. So I figured it was going to be not a problem to take the Lightning McQueen strategy and fuel only the whole race.
I don't think I've ever recalled a IndyCar race or IndyCar race winner with a we saw Kerwin do a no stopper one time at Long Beach, but I don't think I've seen anyone do no tires for the entire race. Maybe one other driver I could be forgetting. Maybe Hamilton did it one race, and I'm forgetting that. But, man, you made it work today. Got the win, came out in front of everybody, and just the top line, it looked good, but it just was never able to finish that pass off on you.
No, yeah, it's just the package, right? It's just the cars are way too draggy, so the shortest distance is going to be the way around. You just hold your foot to the floor, and you don't miss the mark, and you're going to win the race if you're in the lead. Doesn't matter what you do with the tools, so long as you don't put too much weight jacker in the car. You don't even need to do any hyperjacking tricks down the straightaway to keep the car behind you. It's just too easy to stay in the lead. So I'd like to say that today's win was hard. I mean, the hardest thing was just knowing to go off strategy on that first cycle. Phil and leapfrog the leaders later. I had to push and save just a little bit to put myself in third, waiting for that next caution. I really thought Brophy was going to win the race if it went green, but it didn't. So, I got to capitalize. So I just picked a strategy that I thought was most likely to win, and it let me win. So I was just the first one on it. So.
And also a big day for you that you've inherited the points lead. You actually, well, you've not, I want to say inherited the points lead, but the guy you're racing for the points that hasn't been here this week, and you passed him legit in the points. So now you got the points lead, and you've inherited kind of a bit of a bigger lead because the guy that you're racing in second hasn't showed up at anything, and this is the biggest strength of field race this week. So you got to be feeling pretty good midway through this campaign, more than midway through through this campaign, coming into the final stages, about maybe looking at a second straight series championship. I mean, how do you feel there?
Maybe. I didn't really take the first part of the season very seriously at all. I kind of not fluked my way, but have won a couple of these now, and that's what you got to do to win the chip. So I thought I'd be grinding dubs all week, but honestly, since the refresh, this car's been miserable to drive. So I hope they fix it. I hope they make it better. I don't know if we need the hybrid faster sooner, or just like the weight, just give us a brick in the middle of the car so it's actually difficult to drive again. But I don't know, man. Like, I love this car when it feels good, and it hasn't felt good lately. So, credit to everyone at iRacing. They did try to give us the MPG back on the dash. It doesn't work yet, but they're listening at least to some of the feedback, I guess. And I know that the guy who does the setup said that he's going to change the brake bias on the road courses because that's also wrong. I think their heart's in the right place, but they just haven't been testing enough for this car with people who know the car well enough. And I know 10 or 12 guys who are exceptionally good in this car who can give exceptionally good feedback. And I think we used to collaborate more closely with iRacing, and I wish we would again. So I'm not sure what lawyers got involved or what happened, but if it needs to be open door with the community, I'd love for that to happen, because the leagues I race are so much better than officials right now. And officials are where you have to grind and earn iRating. So unfortunately for me, because of the way this car is, I've lost almost 1,000 iRating, and here I am. iRating is just a number, right? But it's cool to see big number.
Yeah, you're the fourth highest rated car in this strength of field. It was still a 4.7 today, so it wasn't too bad. But you got the win. Congratulations. You're the points leader. We're coming into the stretch run, so all things kind of shaping up to be all things Clindy right now. Congratulations on the win. Any shout-outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone I want to say hi to before we let you go?
Yeah, first and foremost, shout out to the podium. Seb did a great job. I feel bad that I leapfrogged him and Adriano on pit road. If I just leapfrogged Adriano and Seb led and won the race, that would have been great. He had a perfect race that just had to take a little more fuel than me. Shout out to Nick, one of our broadcast partners here on the channel. Shout out to the channel, P1 Broadcasting. Tune in Sunday night for the Vote of Racing League on this channel, where you can see me and 30 or 40 more of the best take, I think we're Pocono this week? Is that where we are?
We are at, if I can bring up my calendar, this week, coming up this Sunday. No, Sunday's off. Next race is the 10th of August, and that's at 8 p.m., and it is at Pocono, yes.
Apologies. I thought we raced the weekend after Dark Horse, but we aren't. But just got my schedule mixed up.
We got Sunday night off for SummerSlam.
Perfect. We love SummerSlam. So rest in peace, the Hulkster. Shout out to my mom and dad, my friends and family, Catherine and Hillary, who are watching. Shout out to my friends Mark and Graham, who I went to Vegas with and made a couple $100 with. So,
nice.
Gotta make a trip next week to Costco and use some of that money. But
Cha-ching.
And then all the fine folks who run Topia Systems, who proudly presented this race tonight. I am sorry that it was not. Hopefully it was entertaining. It wasn't very fun behind the wheel, but hopefully it was fun on stream. I know LGN and Justin and Gary all do a great job up in the booth. So, and then last but not least, thanks to the fine folks who run Sugarman Farms out in Mononk, Illinois.
Speaking of officials, before you go, I think the one thing you probably would agree with me on, it seems like the only official IndyCar stuff that's actually remotely fun right now is the IIS.
IIS is good. I think the weather I really hope Portland is rainy when we go there. That will be a blast.
I hate to say it. It's going to be a Road America situation again.
It might not be, yeah.
Well, I know when we did Open at Mid-Ohio and that was half wet, half dry, that was a blast. So I'm just very excited to race this car in the rain again. So whenever it could be in the wet, that'd be for the best, in my opinion. But otherwise, I'm just really bad on road courses, Justin. So it's hard for me to say that IIS is the best because I don't get to race in Top Split to experience it. So.
Do I have to help you figure out the road courses in this car? Because I'll gladly help out.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm about 800 iRating better than I was a year ago, and several seconds faster. So all I have to do is finish races and stop crashing. Like, basically, I'm fast enough now to where I'm like, oh, I can pass that guy, and then I try, and then I die. So I have to learn how to pass and how to be safe and put a race together, which is so different on road than on oval.
Well, congratulations on the win. We're going to see you in a week. Next race for us here on the schedule. Matter of fact, I believe is Pocono, actually. So we will see you at Pocono for real in the Oval Series next week, and see you at Pocono and Votive on the 10th in 2 weeks. But congratulations on the win. We'll catch you at the next one.
Thanks. And I think the ISRA Championship is at Pocono on Monday. So I've got to win that and hope Wags has a bad day.
A lot of Pocono in the upcoming schedule here. That's right, the ISRA Open Wheel Series, sponsored by Sim Gaming Expo. And on Monday, that's at Pocono too. So a lot of Pocono coming up next week. So congrats to Kyle. Yep, the tricky triangle. We'll catch you at the next one, man. Take care.
See ya.
And he is out. Gentlemen, that's it. Final thoughts here from a bit of a different race of sorts here from Nashville. And that's something that we really didn't expect. We heard about what the racing might be like, but sometimes we just kind of got to see it to believe it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like I said, at least with this one, I can separate the fix from the open, especially for the IS. I'm like everybody else. I hope to God this isn't what it's going to be like here when we come for the season finale in the IAS for 225 laps, because if it is, I'm just going to have to employ a strategy that I had used for many, many years in the NIS. Just hang out in the back and pick my way through while everybody else just decides to nerf themselves.
I thought Brophy had that strategy today, and I thought he was going to probably pull it out or put himself in a position to pull out a win here. And I think if things fell differently, that might have actually been the case for him. For sure, if he got to the lead, he was going to hold the lead. Maybe that's not a bad strategy, but I think a lot of people now for the remainder of the week have found out now that what you talked about, hang out in the back, be patient, go for the track position, don't change tires, and that's how you do it. LGN, we got a bit of a long week to go still. We have a race on Thursday night. We were featured on iRacing today, calling our finish of the and iRacing social media, calling the finish of our race that we did for the Elite Racing League's Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series race at Homestead, where Panero won just over Chad Frankenfield and Brandon Trost. We got another race coming up in Iowa, so that should be pretty entertaining. But final thoughts here on Nashville. Bit of an entirely different race than what we kind of expected.
I don't change my opinion about Nashville, to be honest. I keep it at, they should be, it's not like a balance of here. I can talk about next week. I can talk about the video we have in iRacing, you boys in there with 11K viewers. Just that. So it's a lot of people watching that definition with the chat on the back, Chad Frankenfeld, Piñeiro, sorry. Chad Frankenfeld on the back. I said Chad on the front and Piñeiro side by side in the finish line with Brandon Trost crossing the line 3 wide. So it was a cute race. It was a really nice one. So next week is Pocono, Triple Crown 2. Phil Krause, I hope, should be over there because he won in Indianapolis from 24 to 1st. That race. So I hope it's going to be around for maybe win the race and get the 2 or 3, but let's see if it's going to show up. So see you Thursday on Iowa with the ERN Warrior Sport Peace. 300 laps. 300 laps? Yeah.
300 laps.
In Iowa. My God.
It's like, oh, it's going to be a long night.
For them, for me, it's like I don't mind, to be honest.
All right, well, that's going to do it here for tonight. Let's get on out of here. That's it for tonight. Once again, your podium here from Nashville. Clindy with the win. Seb Alexander coming home second. Nick Sudik committing himself to the season-long championship now, coming home in third. Join us again next week for Round 8, Week 8 of Season 3 of 2025 of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday Night Top Split, presented to you by Topia Systems. As the teams and drivers head to our second crown jewel of the season, Pocono Raceway. Coverage begins around 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, that's 8:15 p.m. Eastern. And remember, as always, for the correct broadcast time in your area, you can find everything right here at YouTube at youtube.com/@P1Broadcasting. Hey, we love bringing these races to you, but not easy. Require time and money to produce. If you share our passion for the sport of IndyCar, we know you do, and enjoyed our coverage of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday Night Top Split, please take time to visit our GoFundMe page. The link is in the description. It's also pinned in chat. And donate to our 2025 broadcast fund. We realize times are tough, so any contribution would be greatly appreciated. We thank you for making us part of your Tuesday evenings each and every week. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game is not an easy one, so please help support P1 with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know your thought on tonight's race. And if you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing like in the video. If you're new, click subscribe, and while you're at it, hit the bell for weekly reminders so don't miss out on more P1's other iRacing programming, including tomorrow. The Horizon IndyCar Series continues its Season 2 campaign with a stop at Gateway for Round 4 of its championship. Watch some of the best up-and-coming open-wheel racers take on the tricky egg-shaped oval for 133 laps. Action starts Wednesday evening, tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't miss it. Promotional considerations been paid for by the following. Topia Systems is the proud presenting sponsor of the Tuesday Night Top Split here on P1. Topia is where quality and affordability go full throttle. From custom rigs to powerful pre-builts, Topia System delivers top-tier performance without all the sticker shock. Built with premium parts and backed by a team that cares, every system is tuned for gaming greatness. Topia Systems, built right, priced right, game on. To learn more, and we know you do, make sure you check out their links in the description. They make fantastic stuff. SimWrap Market is your go-to source for iRacing paint templates and broadcast resources. From clean base liveries to pro-level design assets, SimWrap Market is everything you need to build your brand on track. Visit simwrapmarket.com. Download, customize, race. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash Sim Cams. Get the most out of your iRacing experience with Whiplash Sim Cams. To learn more about Whiplash, you can like them on Facebook. You can follow on X and Instagram. All the links you need are in the description. For business inquiries and learn more about P1 and what we do, like us on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram. You can also follow all of our social links on Linktree. All the links you need are in the description. So for Justin Petschauer, Luis Gonzalez Nunez, everyone here at P1 and Topia Systems, I'm Gary Gatto saying all good night and thanks for watching. And all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again right here next week at Pocono for the next race of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday Night Top Split, presented by Topia Systems right here on P1. Good night.